Money. Welcome to the project. If it's TDP, you can bet it's must-see TV. Real talk, having real talks with the TBE. The best ever, letting me be me. We be always busy and they hate that. They gotta see Miggy in his Maybach. Hater couldn't hit me till they listen to a playback. What I owe you, cause like really this the payback. No Diddy, take that. See in profit, we could pop it till it's over. See the vision can't be cropped unless I'm chopping it through Nova. Kato jumping in and out of pocket like a soldier. Cause like really to touch every single topic is a project. Let me show you. Up to something like my hand on a cannon. Push a button like I'm Lando or Landon. Climbing up the charts, how you smart but you can't understand it. You will never see us famished, so vanish, for real. Welcome to the project.
Kato!
Yeah, man.
What's up?
We here, man.
This is another infamous episode of the Danza Project. And
infamous already?
Yeah, it's just like, you know how I was telling you, like maybe we need to start doing like preludes to it where we're like talking about what happened in that episode. This one would be pretty cool, right? Because we both kind of grew up watching the stand-ups, the comedy, the movies. This guy actually was getting naked in a shopping aisle, throwing stuff at Kevin Hart. You know, like a lot of great, memorable moments. And for me, it's like I get that opportunity to speak to people like this. Like my job is already. I don't care whatever happens of this. Like this has already been pretty dope and pretty phenomenal for me.
Yes.
So with that said, we got the legend Gary Owen in the building. How you feeling today?
Feel good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
absolutely. Sir. So how's your day been going so far? Welcome back to South Florida. I'm pretty sure you've been here a lot.
Nah, it's good. Easy flight. Came right over. Smooth.
Yeah.
You know,
just another.
It's not hot today.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not raining either.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it was raining crazy.
This guy is noticing everything.
He's alert. He's alert. Through sickness.
So one thing I like to get into a lot with people is, especially when we speak to men, which we have to more often than not because we interview women and I'll probably get jumped or something. But men's mental health. And, you know, a lot of times when you're in the public eye and you're constantly on the go, you don't really have much time to relax and just enjoy life. How is your mental state today?
I think stand-up is somewhat a form of therapy. Because I went through a messy divorce, was on TMZ. Yeah. So through it all, I just looked at it like, oh, this is going to be good on stage. Once the chaos ends, I go, I'm just jotting down notes like this is going to come out well. It's all, to me, it's all material. Even when you see things online and if you're in the beef or not in the beef, and I'm just like, oh, this is the whole thing to me is take it to the stage.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it'd be tough to go through a messy divorce and you're a plumber. Because it's the same job every day.
What do I do with this?
Yeah, because it's all in your head. With me, I can get on stage and I'll never forget when I went through when the divorce first hit TMZ. And I was 2 weeks. I was at the Baltimore Four Seasons, just holed up because I was avoiding a process server. I was under Mohammed Shabazz, so nobody knew I was there, but they knew I wasn't Muslim because they kept ordering bacon for breakfast.
Like, wait a second.
But it was like probably 10 days I was in there and not leaving. So I'm just reading everything on my phone, on my laptop. I'm like, damn, people really hate me? Because you're starting to believe it. I get on stage, finally go on stage, and like 45 minutes into my first set, this lady in the back goes, I love you, little cheating ass. I said, man, you don't know how bad I had to hear that right now.
Yeah.
You know, and then people was laughing. I go, oh, people don't, and it hit me like, people don't really care. Like social media isn't real. You know what I mean? I think every entertainer, every athlete, every actor, comedian, they're gonna get some hate online for some reason. But it never happens in person. I've never been at Publix or Whole Foods, and somebody just walked up and started snapping like they do on the internet. So I was like, oh, this ain't real life.
Yeah. There's no comment sections in real life.
Yeah, it's just nobody does it. Nobody does
And they're usually, in all honesty, your biggest fans if they see you in public. You know what I mean? Because now they're definitely taking the picture with you. And if anything, they'll just go online and be like, I ran into this bitch ass motherfucker in public. You know what I mean? And I told him about himself. No, you didn't. You asked for a picture. You were the most polite individual I've ever came across.
They don't. The thing about it too is like some people don't allow you to have bad days. Like sometimes you just want to get gas, and you might be going through something with your kids, your wife at the house, your parents, something. You're just trying to get, and then they just run up, and you might be quiet. Yeah, I'm not rude, but sometimes I'll be like, kind of. I could be like kind of quiet sometimes. Yeah. So I've had that happen before, but it's never really a big deal.
I see the new thing is like, I'm walking, take the picture while we're walking. Let's go. I can't stop for you. Like,
no, the worst. And I tell people, don't do this. Don't be like, hey man, like I'm walking this way. You want me to come back to you? And they're waving at me like I work for them. I'm their kid. I'm like, what are we doing right now?
That's a little unreasonable.
It is tough though to navigate. Like I go through it pretty much. Everybody knows by now, right? I go through a little messy relationship that goes back and forth and back and forth, and I try to keep everything together. But at the end of the day, I try to tell people it is about your future and what you're working towards. You know what I mean? It's as long as we're continuously moving forward, but that doesn't mean that the battles aren't there and we're not battling it. So when you say you're holed up in a room and just avoiding a process server, I'd imagine that mentally it's kind of draining, and then having to deal with, because the one thing I'm fortunate not to deal with is I could walk through wherever. There's people that know me here and there, but I'm not Gary Owen. So I'll be just fine. If somebody waves me back, I'm just like they're talking to me.
It's what you sign up for, though. I don't. When people entertainers, when they say like, I just miss my privacy, I go, well, you got in the wrong line of work. Because if you don't have your privacy, it means you're doing something right. People are gravitating to you, and they're noticing your work. If you're still anonymous, then what do we want? You know what I mean? You signed up for this. So even when anything bad is perceived as bad on the internet, I signed up for it. I can't be mad about it.
Well, I like what you said. That's got to be the best superpower ever, is like, oh, I'm going to use this. I'm going to pull something out this shitty situation, and I'm going to put it in my content or my skit, whatever it is. I'm going to make sure that, this does suck. Let's not avoid that, but I'm going to use this. I'm going to make a lot of money off of this. So let's turn this around. Being able to do that. Like you said, plumber, it's like you got to sit in the shit as if you're rough already.
What was it about Gary Owen's upbringing that made you this type of individual? Not just a comedian, but somebody that can take their pain and say, "Let's go. Let's have a laugh."
I don't know. I was like, I don't have that story of I was in high school and people were making fun of me and said, "You're not going to do it." I had the opposite. Like everyone I grew up in a trailer park, and it was the stereotypical trailer park. It was like, when I was younger, mom just had men coming in and out all the time. I just thought she had a lot of friends. And then I became an adult, and I go, motherfucker. Someone was cool, though. Someone used to bring me snacks. I thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
One guy used to bring me Frosty from Wendy's. I thought he was the best.
When's he coming back?
I know. Billy was the best. Always had that Frosty on him. With your mom home? Yeah, she's in her room.
Sit here.
Just enjoying that Frosty, boy. But then, so you didn't have a lot going in a trailer park. So I got, you're kind of like, couldn't really ask a girl out because I don't have any money to take her out. I don't have a car. And I live in literally the middle of nowhere in this trailer park. So you didn't have a lot. But when I would go to school, whether it was junior high, high school, I was a class clown, cutting up. So I was like, I got something here. I know I can make people laugh. So I always knew I wanted to be a comedian. Did you do like the school talent show? I hosted all the talent shows. I was class clown. I was prom king. I was most obnoxious.
Hey.
And I was really upset though our senior year when, the yearbook, they vote best dressed, all that.
Superlative.
I didn't get most likely to be famous, right? So the guy that got most likely to be famous, his name was Chris Jones. He was going to the Air Force Academy. So I remember at graduation, I go, "Hey, Chris, pilots are only famous when they wreck."
That's good. That's fucking good.
Good luck, brother.
See you out there. See you at the top, brother.
How's he doing now?
I think he's a professor at some college. I think it's the last I heard. So he's doing all right.
So he didn't crash. Okay.
Nah, he's doing all right in life. Chris is doing all right, but he was always gonna be all right.
But they still got the answer wrong.
They definitely got the answer wrong. Definitely got it. I ain't gonna lie. I was low key a little salty.
I worked
He
hard
didn't go
for
through the
this.
yearbook. What the Chris?
Motherfucker ain't funny.
He didn't sing Mr. Telephone Man at the talent show.
So when did it like finally click for you that, you know, I'm gonna be a comedian and you took the steps towards it?
It's like I always know I wanted to. I didn't know how. Like, how do you? I thought you had to start in L.A. I didn't know you could start in any city. So I joined the Navy after high school, and the whole thing was, I know there's a lot of military bases on the coast. I didn't even know there was like a Virginia had an ocean. You know, I grew up in Ohio. I'm just thinking, Florida and California was all the beaches in the world, and I mean in the United States. So I was like, if I can get to California, I can probably get to LA and then I can start getting on stage. And so the first 2 years I was in the honor guard in DC, but I used to go, if I heard a comedian was coming in town, I'd go, even if it was at an arena or a theater, and I'd sit outside and see if I could hear. And then I used to go to comedy clubs and sit outside too, and just listen to comedians because I wasn't old enough to get in. So I literally, I was so judgmental too. Never been on stage, 18, 19 years old, and I'd hear a comedian be like, yeah, he ain't good. There's nothing there. And then I hear somebody that was good, I'm like, oh, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's just in my own brain thinking that. And then I get to San Diego, and first day I get to San Diego, I get in the phone book, I'm showing my age, and I looked up this place called the Comic Castle, and I called, and I said, yo, you guys got open mic? He said, hold on, let me check. I go, comes back, he goes, can't find him. I said, you can't find him. I said, open mic, what are you talking about? He goes, what are you talking about? I said, I'm a comedian. He goes, oh, it's a comic book store. He was looking for a superhero named Open Mike. But he gave me the phone number to the comedy store in La Jolla. So I called them, got on Open Mic, and the rest is history, as they say. Started going up all the time.
See, that's cool though. You got to kind of ear hustle a little bit to kind of pick up the senses and get some chops before you actually had to step on stage and see, okay, this is what a comedian sounds like.
Yo, it's still different. That first time, you think I remember I got dressed. I remember thinking I'm about to get discovered. I'm thinking it's gonna be like Eddie Murphy Raw.
It's the draft.
Nah, it was 10 people. It's just shithole. I was like this. Oh, this is way different.
Yeah.
Without that, we don't become who we are, though. You know, like without those early steps and like, damn, like I was super pumped and this is what came of it. You know what I mean? With comedy, who are because you mentioned Eddie Murphy Raw, which is probably my favorite stand-up of all time. Who's the comedians that you looked up to most?
Well, my age group was definitely Eddie Murphy, but it was also like everybody on Def Jam. Because I had never seen a reaction like that.
Right.
I had never seen, this is funny because I was watching one of the Def Jam episodes, I was probably a senior in high school, and Martin was going in on Derek Coleman. And at the time, Derek Coleman played for the Pistons. And everybody thought he was like a thug dude. He was rough because he came from Syracuse. He never smiled on the court. And when Martin started going in on him, I was like, oh shit, Derek's gonna get him beat the shit out of Martin. And then when I saw Derek Coleman laughing, I go, wait a minute, that's not how he acts on the court. And I went, oh, it almost was like, oh, the media can paint a picture any way they want.
Right.
And then when I just saw like the standing ovations and people running around and talking smack, I go, that's what I want. Nothing wrong with A&E at the Improv and all that other stuff, but I would like a reaction like that. So that really got my juices going. So I wouldn't say one. I would be like everybody that was ever on Def Jam when Martin hosted. And everybody was on back then. You just didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Harvey was on it. Cedric was on it. All those people was on it.
Yeah.
You just didn't know who they were.
Yeah. These guys are still touring now, which is crazy.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Big time. What was cool about Def Jam too, it didn't feel like you had to be in a suit to perform there. It didn't feel like you had to be on a big stage with the red curtain and all that. It felt a little bit more attainable. But also these guys were also amazing, especially for the time.
Yeah.
For a lot of them, that was their first shot. And they all went on to do, hundreds and hundreds of shows after that.
There was no competition. It was Def Jam. And then Comic View, the reason Comic View was a contest on BET is because they said we got to switch it up. We got to make this different than Def Jam. Def Jam was just a comedy show with 3 comedians and a host.
Right.
Comic View is like, we're going to make it a contest.
Smart.
and then it's different.
It's longer now. We have a series. Yeah, that's interesting. That's cool how that happens. Just seeing comedians come into their own is one of the coolest things that I've been able to witness. That was
Shit, sorry about that. It was rude.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
I got on Do Not Disturb too.
Yeah, but I
One
got my
person
phone
can
on
get
Do Not
through.
Disturb and it got through. I don't know how that just happened.
One person
I
can
think
get
you
through.
can budget. You can force it.
Yeah,
Like
and I think
let
it's-
them
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think
But
it's
but myself working at the comedy clubs, I worked at improv for almost 14 years.
Yeah.
Before I left, and you get a good ear for comedy. You start to really understand. You know, I'm seeing guys Wednesday night, Thursday night, 2 shows, Friday, 2 Saturday, 2 shows, Sunday, another show. By the end, I know the whole set.
Yeah.
And then this is week after week, 52 weeks in a year. I've seen so much comedy. One thing Joe Rogan said, he's like, if you want to know if you're good, ask the staff.
Facts.
He's like, the crowd, they came to see you. They're probably already a fan. They came to see Gary Owen. They're going to love you, right? You could have a bad night. They're still going to say, rock on, Gary. It's all good.
Yeah.
We love you. Now, the staff will tell you, they're jaded by it. They'll tell you, hey, this guy sucks. Or man, him, got to see him. Come check him out. Check out Gary Owen. So it's very different.
I agree. I'd be looking at the waiters and security.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a good feeling when I leave a comedy club and the staff thanks me because they're thanking me because the fans tipped.
Yeah.
That's why they're thanking me. They're like, "Oh, you got a good audience."
Yeah,
Because
bring
I'm not gonna name no names, but I'll ask you who's like got the worst audience as far as like don't tip, complaining. I'll tell you guys off air. It's
Yeah,
the same. It was the same 2 people. It was the same 2 people. I was like, why does this name keep coming up?
You think Comic View could work today?
Nope.
Why not?
We got social media. You don't need it. You got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Def Jam wouldn't work today. Conview wouldn't work today. People aren't watching TV anymore like that. They'll watch YouTube and they'll be on their phones, but it wouldn't work. Not to that level. I mean, it might be on the air for a little bit, but nobody's really watching it.
Right.
I don't think it would resonate. Yeah. No.
So with going through everything that you go through and crafting up your comedy to it and then dealing with, because you're dealing with social media, are you like one to actually sit there and read the comments, though, or is it just you went through a couple days and you're like, ah, shit, I'm gonna read them?
Yeah, if I'm bored, because I'm on planes,
Yeah.
you know, I'm by myself in the hotel room. I never like answer or take things personal. I'll just be like, oh, I just read for fun. Like I said, it's all content. like one of my specials even talked about it. I was like, I said one of the best put downs I ever read was somebody called me white cracker bread. I said, damn, that's super white. White cracker bread. I was like, oh my God, triple white on that one.
You know, these people like don't. I feel like they don't go outside because I look at it this way. Out of everyone I've ever hung around, and I don't know if like somebody's secretly doing it. You know, like maybe right now somebody's doing it, but I never seen anybody like sit on a post and comment negatively to people. I don't know where they.
Let me ask you this: what gets me is like, okay, you make a comment, I got it, but you get the back and forth. That's what I'd be like. The guy that's like, you're 20 deep and 2 people are like arguing. I'm going, you're not going to see this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to win the argument here. It's like Jordan and LeBron. I've never been to a barbershop or been out and somebody's like, Jordan's the best, LeBron's the best. And at the end of a conversation, somebody changed their mind.
Yeah.
It's the most pointless conversation.
Going back and forth, days at a time.
It's fun for sport when it comes to those
It's fun,
things, yeah.
but I've never seen anybody go, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
Jordan is better. You know what, you're right.
Only time I enjoy it is when I see Benzino pop up in my notifications and he's going at the fans, going back and forth, tit for tat.
Yeah, because he's
that
different.
I get a kick
He's
out
different.
of.
Yeah, he's definitely
Benzino
different.
is a special guy. Because every time we've had him up here and we post a clip and they say what they say, it's just like,
Shut up, white boy.
I mean, he's the type that'll say the white cracker. You know what I mean? That's him. It's actually probably in the comments today.
What song did he just do? Like he did a remake, right?
He did like a D'Angelo tribute.
Rock
No,
the
he
Party?
did the Rock the Party remix.
Oh, is that what it was?
Something like that. Yeah.
He was like in a
They was eating him up on that one though.
yeah.
50, I think 50 was eating him up, right?
Everybody does, yeah. Well, I like Benzino. He's a nice guy, but I told him this to his face. He rented out a club, or he went to the club and he decided to shoot a music video.
Just on the fly?
And they
Something
brought
like
out
that.
It's a kid's inflatable pool.
It's like a strip club.
He stood with jeans in this kid inflatable pool with water in it, and it's just wet jeans, and he's just
That's a lot.
rapping
Like,
his
what are you
song.
doing?
And I was just like, yeah, like that wasn't a.
That's on brand, though, isn't it? That's on brand with
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much
yeah.
so. I mean,
Very much so.
you gotta know who you are in this business. He definitely knows.
Shout out to the Z stuff.
Rock the party, like I mean, but he's super cool, It's, you meet very interesting people, but for him, he definitely dives into the comment section. It is everything.
No, I just be looking at it like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Do you ever, speaking of like showing up as you are, knowing who you are, like, do you ever have expectations where if you don't do the type of comedy you do, people are disappointed or upset? Like, is that a thing for you?
No, I just think you grow.
Yeah.
I think the funny thing is, like, I've been in the urban world so long. And over last year, definitely my audience has definitely changed because of social media, and a lot of it was the military jokes. When I started really posting the military, especially on Facebook, like I think like Matt Rife, Nate Jackson, they kind of took off on TikTok. That was where their clips really took them off.
Yeah. Right.
Mine was Facebook. Like that thing just went, and the military ones. But you don't realize how many people are in the military. Dad was in the military, ex-military in this country.
That's true.
That one took me to another level.
And it resonates with a lot of different people too. Spreads across the whole country.
Even if you're not in the military, the military. You know what I mean?
You got a little Navy Fed account.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the good interest rates.
Exactly.
I got it.
Exactly. The word is out. But the reason why I ask that is because sometimes when we have certain guests or like when I meet certain comedians, if Pauly Shore doesn't show up and he's not in his full Pauly Shore, people get upset. Like, oh, he's not the Weasel. Come on, do the thing. And not compare you to Pauly Shore. Or Rob Schneider, he's another one. When people meet Rob Schneider and he's like very intellectual and he's talking about Scientology, they're just completely thrown aback because they're used to the animal. And however, the roles he plays with Adam Sandler. So sometimes when you don't show up.
talking about Scientology though?
100%.
Oh, okay.
In his set. At that.
Oh, okay.
Is he Scientology?
Suited. I don't know if
crazy.
he still is, but he was when I saw him. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale
Interesting.
Improv. Blew my mind.
Jumps on the couches and stuff.
Blew my mind. But some people were there and they were like, this isn't what I expected. I'm like, but he's completely coherent and he's actually doing a good set. It's just not what they wanted to see. They
But
paid
was
to
it
see.
funny though?
Absolutely, but it's not what they came to see. It's not what they anticipated. So sometimes you get caught where they're like, do the thing. And you're like, come on, man. Like, I got other stuff.
Yeah, it was
you know
20
what I
years
mean?
ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how that.
You just evolve. I'm sure Chappelle went through it when the Chappelle show was on.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting him to be like as intellectual as he is.
Right.
And then when you go to his set, you're like, oh, this guy's way deeper than, Roscoe Jenkins. You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. I see the opposite. I went to go see some other comedian, and they was doing like the shtick joke that they did for 20 years, and I was like, this is kind of I don't know what I paid for, bro.
Yeah, you gotta write. We're not singers. We can't do the hits. We're not the Whispers or Maze, Frankie Beverly. We're not. You gotta always have new stuff.
Good point. That's true.
The white black thing with you has always been one of the things, right? Because even I'll say, when I'm watching this stuff, I'm like, oh, he's black, like, because of the way you come off. Like you actually have a great personality, you have a great understanding. Like you could blend in any crowd, right? Especially for the fans when we're watching. You know what I mean? But you once stated that you are black famous.
Yeah, I named one of my specials that.
Yeah, what does that actually mean to you?
Because, it's not like that anymore, but when I shot that special 4 years ago, it was like, if I was at an airport or anywhere, I mean, the black people be going nuts when they see me. And the white people, it's like I'm a secret. Like, they'll just whisper, I know who you are. Like, they'll tell me,
you, right?
shh, no, you ain't got to say nothing. I know. It's like, and then they fade away. I've never seen white people go nuts yet. Like, oh shit! It's very discreet.
That's hilarious.
It's a little fist pump at the airport. No pick.
You're fine.
Because black people always say that. Black people say, I'm trying to blow up your spot. I go, you just did.
I just had to come say what's up, big dog. I love you, man.
Yeah. No, but but that's on brand though. The first 10 movies I did had black lead actors.
Right.
And that was just by chance. And then I got on BET and it's just how they people knew me, you know?
Yeah.
I would have went on Telemundo if I knew Spanish. I was just trying to get on TV, you know? It wasn't like a set plan to do BET. It's just a lot of white comics didn't want to audition for it. I didn't care. I just wanted to get on TV. So they was the first one to give me a break. So I was like, all right. And then I became the host. It just happens.
Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar once made a quote saying about white comedians joking about black women.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that line was to you?
He's never said it. I think it was the Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, definitely Andrew Schultz. Yeah.
We don't know definite. Kendrick ain't said it. You know?
Right.
Well,
So
it's
I don't know.
different with you because with you like one of us. So we don't even put you in that
You
conversation.
see what I'm saying? Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
one of
know.
ours.
Yeah, I ran with it. To me, like I said, it was content. So I acted like he was talking about me, even though I was like, he probably's not. And people just was like going nuts. I go, they know. I'm looking at him like this.
That's good, though.
I'm kidding, you know, but people be wild. And here's the thing too: the people that get angry and wild on social media, they were never gonna pay to see you anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you come to see me and you leave me a comment like you didn't like the show, I'll answer. It doesn't happen a lot. It's usually because you say a joke. You might say a joke about somebody in a wheelchair and their nephew's in a wheelchair. So a lot of people take it personal.
Right.
They're like, oh, he's talking about Rick. I don't know Rick. I didn't know Rick got in a car wreck. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they'll take it personal. So it's never like you're not funny. It's just like I didn't like that part of your show. Right. So I'll go back and forth with people like that. But it ends up being we're cool at the end because I don't attack them.
Yeah.
But I'll DM and talk to people like, what was the problem? Right. And then we'll talk.
Yeah, iron it out.
That's interesting though that you actually take the time because it's dope to be able to connect and you.
Well, they
really,
paid.
Yeah, and you're making them even more of a fan.
Yeah, they paid to see me. If you didn't pay to see me, then what are we talking about? But you literally came out to see me. Like you said, with some expectation.
Right.
Whatever reason, I didn't imagine. But usually it ends pretty good. People are like, well, I still don't agree with you, but I'll still come see you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
As soon as this
down.
episode drops, there's going to be a lot of DMs. Hey, I paid to see your show.
I heard you were giving out refunds.
It's going to be tight, like urgent. I paid to see your show.
No, there's no refunds.
Yeah.
I got alimony, bro.
Go ahead.
Is the love the same between... Obviously, like the fans rocking with you, your fans are your fans, but was there any flack from black comedians for your style of comedy?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Not to
at
my
any point, really.
Never to my face. You hear people talk, it'll get back to you, but it's never been in my face. No. Samore talked to me when I became the host of Comedy Review. That's so long ago, but she goes, it don't matter who the host is. They're going to find something. She goes, I was the first woman. They found something on me. They go, you're just easy because you're white. They said, but that nobody's going to say you're not funny.
Right. Yeah.
So whatever your issues with me, I've never heard Gary's not funny.
And I think that's what it comes down to. Because you can try to do what you do and not nail it. And it's like, all right, stop it. You know what I mean? But you're great at what you do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, let him rock, man. He's riding out. That dude's funny. I don't give a damn. Let him say whatever. Let him rock.
And most of the guys, when they meet me, like, especially in the younger days, once they meet me, everyone's like, oh, he's cool. They didn't meet me. Then they're like, "Oh, what's really going on here? Why is this white guy always in these black rooms? You know what I mean?
He's taking our women."
And I was really trying to take some of them. That's the perks of the job.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That was really what I was doing too.
Yes, sir.
Who's that in the third row?
You were out there in Shreveport, right, for the 50 Cent?
Yeah, the Humor and Harmony.
Yeah. I was there. I was filming with Yayo and Murda for the week.
Oh, really? I was only there one night.
Yep, and I seen you walk by backstage, and they're like, Tommy.
Yeah, they kept calling me Tommy. Tommy was there. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Was there.
But I forgot what you did, but it was super hilarious because you just were like,
I just go with it.
Yeah.
Well, we became friends off of that.
Really?
Me and Joseph?
That's awesome.
So 50's on a couple of those events. He had the Humor and Harmony in Shreveport, and the year before, he had, I think we called Tycoon in Houston.
That's right.
And you can pull it up, but I texted Joseph. I said, yo, you in town? He goes, yeah. I go, let's do something on stage tonight. I said, I'm going to act like I don't like 50 and I don't like you, and you come out and we'll act like we're going to fight. And he goes, all right. And I said, wear black jeans and a black shirt. And so we dressed alike.
Oh, I did see this.
We both had like the high fades. It was like, it walked out, but I'm much taller than him. I'm like 5 inches taller. So when he came out, it just looked like it was the same person, just a little height difference. And people believed it. We had like my buddy and his boy pulled us apart. People really thought we were about to fight.
I'm glad he went and he was like, yeah, let's do that. That's cool.
Yeah, we've been cool ever since. Like I think I saw him in the Breakfast Club and he was talking about he keeps getting stopped. People think he's a comedian. I said, I keep getting stopped. People thinking I'm him. And then I said, that's how we started DMing, exchange numbers. We've been cool ever since.
It's funny too, because when I met him, it's that same type of feeling I get. You know, like you meet a comedian, you expect them to be in that comedian bag, and you meet Tommy, you expect him to be kind of serious. It wasn't that the case at all with him. You know what I mean? It was like, oh wait, you're not.
No, he's an actor.
Yeah.
Like a straight up actor.
You're not about to cancel Christmas.
Nah,
you know?
he ain't doing that. Nah, he's an actor's actor. Like I think for me, Tommy was definitely, when you talk to him, you go, he takes his craft serious. And the other one was Michael Ealy. We did Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2. That dude was an actor. If I did something, I was looking at Mike, like, is that good? Was that good? And he knew the script. He knew the beginning and end. Because, you're shooting out a sequence sometimes. I think most comedians, we just like, what are we doing today? I'm not researching where I was 3 days ago in the script. I'm like, what are we doing? Okay, let's shoot this.
What's the plot? Nah,
Ely knew everything. He goes, dude, what are you so happy for? Your wife just left you. I was like, okay, she left? Okay. That probably should be a little sad.
That's awesome.
You worked with Steve Harvey on the Steve Harvey Show. How did that start?
That was a weird couple weeks. Because Steve was like, I'm going to bring you in. I'm moving my talk show from Chicago to LA. We're going to give it a late night vibe, but during daytime. And I was under the impression I was going to be like Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson, with the notion of, I'll get my shit off when it's time, and then maybe I'll get my own stuff after it. That was how I envisioned it, and that's the conversation I had with Steve. And then I knew the first time I talked to one of the producers, I was like, he thinks I'm a no-name. It was a guy that had no idea who I was. So I gave him a couple ideas I had, and he just was shooting them down. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So they end up giving me like a 2-week trial run. We had 6 months to negotiate a contract, right? So they gave me 2 weeks, and I'm making scale, which is like minimum wage in the entertainment business. After 2 weeks, I go, what are we doing? Am I getting a contract here? They go, we want you for 2 more weeks. I go, dude, I've already canceled 2 weeks of work because they would shoot on Mondays and Fridays, and so I can't be on the road.
Yeah.
So I just said, you give me a contract or I'm done. So I quit after 2 weeks. I didn't quit. They just didn't offer me a contract, and I wasn't going to work for that amount of money. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a knock on Steve. And they didn't have me on the couch. They had me like backstage. So when the show would come on, you just would hear my voice. Give it up for Steve Harvey. I'm in the back. So I was like, this is not what I signed up for.
Right.
So I just respectfully was like, I'm out. And I think it was funny. They told me Monday came and everybody's like, where's Gary? I didn't think they think I was serious. I go, no, I'm done.
Well, he wouldn't leave this opportunity.
Well, but a lot of people wouldn't. If you're at a certain level, I get it. But I was like, I'm losing money here. I can make more on the road. I'm literally losing money a lot.
It sounds like you were an intern, bro.
Dude, that's how and this is not a knock on Steve. That's how they treated me backstage, like I wasn't shit. But then here comes Black Woman to the rescue. There was one black lady producer, and I was looking at her because the first day they tried to put me in a dressing room that was like a broke down desk with no bathroom in it. There's literally 2 people on the show every day, me and Steve. So I looked at the guy, he goes, this is where you'll be. I go, what the fuck's this? And then he started to walk me to the bathroom, like a public bathroom. He goes, the bath. I said, I'm never using the public bathroom. I'm going to use a bathroom where the crowd's at. You know what I mean? I said, I'm not doing that. If you can't find me in the bathroom, I'm out. And then here comes, she goes, she found me a dressing room. And that's the bad part. They had it.
Yeah.
This is like a soundstage. There's literally 20 dressing rooms. Exactly. Why are you putting me here?
Didn't sound like the best reception, which makes sense what you said. Like, I think he thought I was a nobody. Like,
not Steve.
Put him in a room.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Steve's up there, and everybody would always. I've said this on other podcasts, and people act like with Steve. I go, no. I said, I can't take this to Steve. Steve just moved the show from Chicago to LA. He's got his own stuff going on, worried about guests and trying to figure out what the vibe of this show is really going to be. I can't go to him with these issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I've never talked to him since. I mean, if we do, I'm sure he's heard about it. But it's not a knock on him. It was that the one dude in particular, but then another dude. I was like,
you could just tell him to give me a better bathroom, Steve. You know what I mean? Like, that's
I was like this.
I don't need much.
What we doing?
You, but make sure I'm taken care of in there. 25 plus years in comedy, right? Like you've been around for a long time. I've seen a lot of Netflix stand-ups. I just recently watched the Matt Rife one, right, which is pretty good. I'm a huge fan of Matt Rife. But I would love to see a Gary Owen stand-up on Netflix. Is that something that you're looking to get accomplished?
They keep saying no. They keep saying no. Wow. They say no so fast. I'm like, and here's the thing.
So whoever runs that is definitely white.
yeah, potentially. Jewish. No, it's, but I think there's a lot of comics out there who probably feel like they deserve one.
No.
But you deserve one.
You got two choices. You can either be like, screw Netflix, or you can be like, all right, I'm going to go do my own thing. So my last two, we did on YouTube and released it. And got good numbers, made money. We don't have to ask permission to cut it up. We can clip it ourselves. Yeah. So it's actually, we're in a great age to be stand-ups right now because in the past, you needed Netflix. You needed HBO. You don't need them anymore. You guys got your own podcast here. You don't need anybody else. Yeah. People are going to get on their phones. If you get some good content, they're going to watch it. So, yeah, I would like a Netflix show. But at this point, if Netflix came, we're negotiating a real price. I'm not just going to say yes to say, oh, I want a Netflix special. Right. No, if you're not offering me enough, I'm not going to do it. 5 years ago, I would have. But we're in a different age,
But is the conversation we're not interested in shooting that for you, or is it like, are they saying go shoot it yourself and we might buy it?
It's just no.
Wow.
I don't even ask my agent why. Yeah. I just be like, are we doing it or not? He's like, no. All right, I'm gonna go shoot it myself. We're shooting my next one in January, and literally we're gonna shoot it January 17th. I already said we're gonna air it March 7th. That's Saturday, and we'll shop it to Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. You got till March 7th to buy it. If you don't want it, no hard feelings. I'm airing it March 7th on YouTube. That's when it's going up.
I like that energy.
Unless they buy it, then okay, you can hold it. But I'm going to air it March 7th. You know what I mean? So unless you buy it.
And you give them access to watch the entire thing.
Of course.
Of
course.
So
big money.
Yeah, they've I don't even ask why. It's pointless. It's just going to be frustrated.
Yeah.
They say no. All right, let's put it on YouTube. You know what I mean?
You know what else I'd like to see from you? And of course, we got all these expectations of you. Sorry. I'd like to see you on the Joe Rogan podcast. I think that's overdue.
Yeah, me too. That'd be a good one.
Post Shay Shay and this one and a couple other great conversations I've seen you had. I think that would be a great conversation for you. And that's the Netflix pipeline, right? It's like you get a Netflix special after that.
Oh yeah.
That's the joke, right? But
it does get you in. I think with someone like Joe, it gets you in those algorithms. You never know how you get in these algorithms.
Yeah, it gets you into the
white boy
seat.
That's white boy. Black Rifle Coffee,
beef jerky.
David Goggins, 26 pull-ups in an hour algorithm. You know what I mean? It's a whole other algorithm for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to White House.
Yeah, it's something to it because I know when I do Andrew Schultz, when I do Tom Segura's, you'll see a jump. And some of the videos that are old, and then I'll get stopped by somebody that I didn't think would stop me. I saw you on Segura's podcast, man. Smart. Don't know anything else.
That's what I've been saying to them, right? Like my team is like the more we branch out because we were really stuck on hip hop. Because we're huge hip hop fans. But it was like the more and more we got out of there, it's like, okay, you could see the difference of going to a different location now. And they're like, oh, I know who you are. Like now it definitely happens now where people walk up to me. We were just speaking, like I still kind of got like that imposter syndrome. You want to take a picture with me? Let's take a picture. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yeah, but don't leave your core audience either, though.
Yeah,
like if you're hip hop, master that, and then.
I think it was the easiest access for us because we had so much relationships in it, but we're both universal. Like I love comedy, I love talking about business, I love sports. Any conversation I can have that's awesome, like one of these today, I'm in. You know what I mean? It's fun, it's something cool to have. When you think about Joe Rogan though, right? Great podcaster. He's got he's done so many things. Do you consider him a comedian?
He's still a comedian at the core. I don't think he does it as much, but I mean, he opened up a comedy club in Austin.
Yeah,
he's got people going there. He's definitely still a comedian. Like I think you're always a comedian. It's kind of like football. Even if you retire, you're still a football player. I still think Eddie Murphy's a comedian.
Yeah.
Crazy part about Eddie, people don't realize he only had 2 specials.
Yeah.
He had Raw and Delirious.
Yeah.
But and he was young.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, I said Raw came out when he was 21. Like, imagine what you were doing when you were 21.
Facts.
Coming up here and giving a crazy, iconic set with jokes that people still can't top.
And think about it. I don't know if it was Raw or Delirious. The last joke was about his, like, grandma cooking a hamburger and one of them black skillets with the peppers in it.
Yeah.
Like, that was the joke. I was like, the last joke is about fucking a chick or something like this, right? Yeah. You get Raw at the end, and then this guy's like, yeah, we was kicking a burger in a black skillet. I'm like, that was the end, and it was so good. I was like, he's brilliant.
Yeah, and those jokes you can't even use half. I mean, like he was like the in San Francisco when I pulled up, they pulled up in a police car and there was a gay person sitting on top. Woo! Pull over.
Look at Bernie's. Bernie Max.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of his.
The little boy coming out like can't you say that no more?
Sissy. He said sissy like 26 times.
Yeah.
Little sissy.
Sissy.
You can't go away with none of that. Well, I think we're getting away from it though. I think you can now. I think cancel culture had its little 4 or 5 year run.
Yeah, they had a good run.
People got sick of it.
Yeah.
I think Dave said it best on one of the award shows. He was like, instead of getting mad at a comedian or joke you don't like, find somebody you do like and champion them. Boost them up. I was like, I don't know.
What do you got to lose?
Right.
Well, I think it's also come full circle now where the only safe way to say those types of things is if you're a comedian, because you can kind of fall back on it a little bit. It's like, whoa, guys, I'm a comedian. Relax. This is what I do. I make jokes. Let me be funny. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Versus holding me and putting me on the stake. Like, I can't believe he said sissy and all these strange things. So that's a better place to be if you're going to speak on those topics, I think.
I think as long as there's no malicious intent. You know when somebody's being malicious and angry. Yeah,
and I think it just has to be funny. Like the girl who got in trouble the other day for the Kai Cenat joke. She compared it to Puffy. Like, it wasn't funny
at all.
So she just set it up. It was on the nose. It wasn't the right timing.
Yeah.
Like, he was being celebrated at that time. So it was like, no.
And that's what people who aren't funny try to tell jokes and it doesn't work.
Right, exactly.
Stay in your lane.
Interesting, though. About Diddy, right? You mentioned how you're a comedian, so you could take your life and, you could joke about it. Would you have, like, the time of your life, or would it be miserable if you were Diddy and you were a comedian?
Like,
you put yourself in Diddy's shoes today, and are you doing a stand-up comedy about it, or are you out?
I already told 50 thanks. You gave me like 15 minutes of material. I appreciate it. I'm opening with that all week. It's hot. Diddy just wasn't a nice guy, though.
Yeah.
He was a jerk.
That's what it seemed like,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, he didn't want to be more famous than him. Like, the Babs, I always wonder that, too. Like, those making the bands in Day 26, always like, I wonder what that contract's like. When you're in the business, you're always like, I wonder how much money he's guaranteeing them and stuff like that. And when she said, her lawyer said, look, you get entertainment to have fame and fortune. This is going to get you fame. It's not going to get you fortune.
Yeah.
And you got to split that money 5 ways. And I'm like this.
But you get the opportunity.
Yeah, when I saw the documentary, obviously we've heard rumors about that stuff, but I was like, yeah, he just wasn't a good dude.
Yeah.
He just wasn't a good dude.
I had a hard time watching that documentary, not because of the things he did, but because of the way it was shot. It was funny to me because I'm watching the dramatic, not the things that happen, let me be clear, but the way it's presented to you with like dramatic music. And I'm just thinking like 50, you fucking dog. Like the way everything was presented, even some of the best moments, he was the entertaining, leading entrepreneur and all these great things, but it was like sincere violin, deep music, like, okay, he's going to hit us with the hook soon. He's going to drop it all heavily and just wild. I couldn't get through the first season or episode.
First episode?
Yeah.
4.
Installment? Or,
I watched all 4.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I got through 3
I heard I stopped too soon. It gets crazy 2 and 3.
Yeah, episode 3 and 4 is where you want to watch it, bro.
Yeah.
So do we really think he...
I think he did all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pocket all that, yeah.
Really?
I think he had a hand in all of it.
It does seem like it. That City College thing was pretty tragic, and we've interviewed we had Gene Deal here and we had Roger Bonds here. We interviewed them, and when they explained the situation, Gene Deal was like, I told him, do not do that City College thing.
Yeah, but I never knew that made him famous. That's what.
Yeah, that's what
everybody started noticing him. I was like, that was it? I thought it was the parties and like at Howard and in DC and stuff. I didn't know it was that basketball game that everybody's like, oh.
It seems pretty wild though, like if that's really what it was, because that's like saying that Travis Scott became famous when they had that stampede there
at Astroworld.
Yeah, you know, like,
well, it's like saying the people from Firefest got famous after Firefest. It was a disaster that made it famous, and Puffy just stepped up and kind of did the fake accountability. But it was basically like I watched the documentary. It was him, Andre Harrell, and Heavy D, and you knew the first two, but now Puffy's one of them, and he really did make the most of it. If there's a way to do that,
yeah,
because he was 19.
Yeah.
He was speaking like, I put it together. Like, wait a minute, 19-year-old put this together? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Take that.
Oh man, what a rough start to a career. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Look how that ended up. I don't know. Hopefully, he comes back a little bit better than the other. I used to look up to this. I used to want to be.
I'm running. I'm not going to that welcome home party.
Yeah. Good point.
I'm out.
No, but like I used to look up to him in the sense that here's this successful black dude who's doing all the things he wants to do between fashion and liquor and music and all the other things that can make you money. And I'm like, pretty cool. Until I grew up and they're like, yeah, he got this dude hit and that guy and this girl and this and.
Which is wild to think like, you know, that was right when I got to LA was the Biggie Tupac era. And why don't people think he had a hand in both? I'm like, whoa, that's a lot.
But then when you watch that documentary, it kind of pieces it together in a plausible format. Plus, it don't really say nothing I haven't heard before.
Yeah. Just kind of validate everything.
Yeah.
So with 50 Cent, he mentioned after that, they asked him a question. They said that he actually he made sure he did the deal with ABC to air that so Diddy could see it in prison.
Yeah.
And they said, who's your favorite villain? And he had that smirk on his face. He's like, Diddy's my favorite villain. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on everybody kind of attacking 50, saying, oh, well, this is because it's the personal vendetta and you shouldn't have done this? And
well, so far, when Diddy goes after somebody, it's true. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen him go after somebody, and then it was like he was completely out of line. It wasn't true. I'm like, when he started going in on people, I'm like, is this really? Maybe I should watch this a little closely.
Yeah.
He seems to be right 95% of the time. Yeah. You know, he was telling people about Diddy when Diddy was out. Yeah. Diddy was like hitting on, the hits on people. 50's still going, and I go, this guy's he rolls different.
Yeah.
He rolls different. I'm just gonna stay on his good side.
You don't want to beef with 50.
Nah, he's been generous to me because I live in Houston, and he's got the liquor, the Branson cognac.
Yeah.
He's got the Branson suite at all the venues, the Rockets, the Texans, and the Astros, and if I want to go, they always say, yeah, we got a spot.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, I'm Team 50.
What do you think about Marlon Wayans coming after him?
I don't know. Marlon, it's funny, Marlon DM'd me because he saw I said something about it on my podcast. I was like, I was more impressed with the graphics department. Those guys were rattling stuff off so fast. And Marlon like Chat GPT. I go, well, 50's wasn't because he had videos of the talking and the smiles. Like, whoever your graphics team is the winners here. Yeah. Again, if you're just keeping it on the internet and you're playing the dozens, that's fine. Just keep it there. They're both fine. Nobody's gonna lose work over it.
Yeah.
It's not like 50 was in Scary Movie 6 and they cut him. Or
yeah, he's not losing it.
Marlon was about to be on Power Force 6. None of that was happening. I was like, they're both fine. They're both still working. It's gonna be gone in a week.
Yeah, that's what made it fun for sure.
Before we let you go, because I know you got a lot of stuff to do. When you think back to the infamous moment of the alopecia, right, and walking up on stage and the big slap from Will Smith to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on everything that went on with that? And do you feel like, because that's a major moment in comedy that kind of shifted because Chris Rock's got to go now stand up and talk to the people. Did that bother you?
No, it bothered me, but I think it was personal. I think there's so much more to that. For whatever reason, I don't think Will liked Chris. or Jada really didn't like Chris because that wasn't a harsh joke. G.I. Jane, it's actually a compliment. So I was like, oh, there's that didn't happen off that.
Yeah,
there's something else going on that triggered that.
And for it to happen then and there so quickly.
At the Oscars?
Yeah.
That's what's wild to snap like that on something you work for your whole life. And that was going to be your night.
Literally.
And you snap like that. But, women will do that to you, bro.
I was going to say.
Yeah, women, I think it was so much more than that. I think it was their history, the rumors that Jada just came out and stuff like that. I was like this. There were so many levels of that.
Yeah,
that it just all came out, and Chris got the brunt of it.
Ada had to be Chris.
Like when I saw it, the first thing I thought to myself was like, "That's one of the greatest slaps in the history."
I thought it was fake too.
I thought it was fake. I thought it was. I didn't know if it was real or fake, but I thought it was a tremendous slap. You know what I mean? Like I was looking, I'm like, that was a good slap.
Yeah, his face.
You know what I mean? Like that's all I could think of.
Well, because the suit jacket came in just perfect after it was like a
it was way back here and stuff.
Yeah, like he landed it like it was just like the scene of a movie.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like that was bad boy Will Smith. We're talking about the characters. That was definitely bad boy Will Smith up there. He just
that was
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Yeah. I thought that was the Fresh Prince when his dad left. That's what he really wanted to do. How come he don't want me, man? I slapped Chris Rock by myself.
But nonetheless, what could we look forward to from you in the coming months, and what could we look forward to in that stand up that you have set up?
I don't say I figured it out, but I was like, all right. Back in the day, TV, the highest paid people were judges and talk show hosts because they were on every day. It wasn't the sitcom people. People think sitcoms people were the highest paid people on TV. No, you would hear the contracts of like Friends, but they had to get to like season 4 or 5 for that. But mostly, if you're the third lead in a sitcom, you're not rich. You're doing all right, but you're not rich. The judges and those talk show hosts were making bank. I mean, the highest paid person was Oprah and Judge Judy for years. But why? Because they were on every day. So I was like, I'm going to post a clip every day. Every day I'm going to post a stand-up clip. There's not one day we're not going to have one. So you got to have the material. That's why people call it crowd work. But sometimes it's crowd work. Sometimes it's me just talking to somebody in the audience, Yeah. But that's what we did, and that's what turned the corner for me. Because you don't know what clip's going to hit.
Yeah. True.
They all hit. It's funny, you post them, it'll hit somewhere, but you'll get that one that just hits everywhere. It hits on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It hits everywhere, and you're like, and then all of a sudden everything goes up, numbers go up, everything, you're in the algorithm. So all you're gonna see is I'm not trying to fix something broken. I'm gonna post every day. Yeah. And then the special, we're filming the next one January 17th. It's gonna air March 7th on YouTube unless one of the streamers buy it.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And then I got my own tour starts January 16th called No Hard Feelings. So we got 100 cities. So
now when there's a lot of clips, there's a lot of viral moments, there's a lot of headlines. But when it's all said and done, what do you want the people to truly know about who Gary Owen is?
Just funny.
Was?
Just funny. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Wasn't an asshole, it was funny.
Yeah. You hear that, Chris Jones? Was it Chris Jones? The pilot?
Yeah. He is.
You hear that, Chris? We're gonna get it.
Yeah. I'm most famous now, bitch. That's right. Just kidding. Yeah, if I'm just funny. That's all my legacy. I'm good with that. He's a funny dude.
Life is the final question I have for you is life is grand. There's this large scale of it. If I said, 1 to 10, how do you feel? You could just give me a number, and it's just like, out of a 1 through 100, where do you feel like you're at in the scale of life today?
80. B-. I'm above average, but I'm not where I want to be yet.
So what gets you to your 100? Like, what does your 100 look like?
Selling out arenas in advance, that would be professional. Personal would be 100 if all my kids are grown and they still want to come over to the house. That would be 100.
That's pretty dope.
But I got twins that are 2, so that's gonna be a while before I get to 100.
Yeah. Congratulations on everything, and I can't wait to see you on Netflix because we're gonna, we'll see what we can do to help push it. Hopefully, this hits the algorithm good enough. But congratulations on everything. I appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah.
Another legendary moment, Kato.
Yes,
you already
sir.
know.
Gary Owen.
And you said the stand-up comedy starts January
16th. The tour starts.
tour? Okay.
Yep. Everything's on GaryOwen.live. All my tour dates.
All right, perfect. Beautiful. Orlando.
Yes, sir.
Sign us off.
Yay. Another one. Come on.